all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the arc welding process. You can see in that board, on the board, the arc welding process is there. So what are the main functions of a arc welding process, or why we are saying this is arc welding process? The arc welding process is also known as the electric arc welding process. Okay, so what are the components of a arc welding process? You can see in this figure, the components are DC generator or a rectifier is there. Second, the cables are there, and the electrode holder. Electrode, this is the workpiece, or you can say the plates are there. This is the gripper. This is the metal table. Okay. So, what are the functions? How this totally system works out or functions? Here we can say when the current flows from the DC generator. Okay, here the rectifier is there. So what are the function of the rectifier? So this is very important, you should remember. Rectifier is a device that will be convert AC to DC. So in our arc welding process, we need the DC generator, or we can say the DC supply. So the on availability of DC supply, we can use the rectifier. So if there is no DC supply, so the supply will be AC. Okay, alternating current. So the alternating current will be converted into DC. So all the functions will be specified by this rectifier. Okay, so we can say rectifier is a device that will be convert AC to DC charge, because we need the direct current for the arc welding process, or we can see the electric arc welding process. So here you can see the two cables are there, which are connected to, one cable is connected to electrode holder and the second one is connected to the gripper. Okay, so this is the electrode holder and this is the electrode. So you can see the tip is known as the electrode. Okay, so these are the metal plates will be joined together. Okay, so this is the gripper, this is the metal table. So what happened in this arc welding process? You can see this is the DC generator. So in this DC generator, we can say this is the positive line, this is the negative line. So here the positive currents flow through the electrode holder to the electrode. Okay. Next, here the negative charge flows through the workpiece, or we can say the plates. Okay. So what happened next? While the current flows in this line from electrode holder to the electrode, then there will be spark will be generated. Okay, here you can see when you touch the workpiece by the electrode, the spark will be generated or arc will be generated. So then it will be hit. Okay, then there will be a fusion process will be occur between the two workpiece and it will be joined together like that. Okay, so this is the very simple funda. So we need only the DC generator, a positive cable or a negative cable, and the electrode holder, electrode plates, and the gripper and the metal table. In this process, what happened? The electrode holder carries the electrode. This is the electrode. While the current supply occurs, then what happens? The arc will be generated, or we can say the spark will be generated. So by the help of this spark, it will able to what? Join the two metal. So here you can see the electrode is the filler metal. Okay, while there is a fusion process or the melting process carried on, then what happens? This filler metal fills the gap of the two metal. Okay, like that this welding process is occurs. Okay, so after the welding process, whatever the slacks are appearing on the upper side of the welding, then what happens? That will be removed further. Okay, so this electrode is coated with the flux. So what are the main function of the flux? The function of the flux is to prevent the air contact. Okay, the electrode is coated with the flux, so that's why it will be prevent while the welding process carried on. Then it will be prevent the air contact between the two workpiece. Okay, so easily it will be welded to metal by the help of the DC generator. Okay, so you should remember the main function of the rectifier is to convert AC supply to DC supply. Okay, so our arc welding process, or we can say the electric arc welding process, need only the DC supply. So where there is no DC supply, we need a rectifier. Rectifier is a device which is used to convert AC to DC supply. Okay, so I think this is very simple. So you have to look thoroughly this diagram. Okay, all of you, just I'm clearing one things that welding process means the joining of two metal. Okay, so here we are using the arc. That's why with the help of the arc, or we can say the spark, we are able to join the two metal. So where the arc is produced? The arc is produced from this DC generator. Okay, so this arc welding process is looks like very easy process. So you have to remember the step by step procedure where the current flows and where the arc is generated and how the welding process occurs. So I hope you understand easily. So thank you to all of you. See you in the next video.